I'm up in the treetops, I climb up, and it's not easy to get there. It takes a lot of energy. But by the time I get up there, I just sometimes stop and look around and think, this is the most spectacular thing you can imagine. Especially after spending, over a decade staring up at monkeys with binoculars, and then finally being in their world. It's exciting. It's really exciting. When I began to work for the Smithsonian, the project I was working on is the Canopy Bridge project. What I did working with my team in Peru is we walked along the pipeline where it was going to go before it was built, and we looked where we thought the trees might connect over top. And then we marked those trees, and we worked with the engineers and the people that operated all the heavy machinery to preserve those trees. Animals that live in the treetops, particularly in the Amazon, even more so than in the Congo Basin, they do not like to come down to the ground. They're very strictly what we call arboreal. They live in the treetops. First of all, if you don't have branches that connect, animals may not cross at all, arboreal mammals. And that can create a lot of different impacts that you can imagine. Things like genetic isolation that can have impacts on survival of offspring. They don't have access to food resources that they used to have over there. Their offspring can't go to new mating groups on the other side. In the Amazon rainforest, you have a lot of different animals that live in the treetops. And all of these animals are important to the ecosystem because a lot of them are seed dispersers. That means that they consume seeds in one tree and then they swallow them, they pass through their bodies, and they leave them somewhere else. To a large extent, as seed dispersers, they're the farmers of the forest, so they are really important for regeneration. When we leave the connectivity during the construction process, we're leaving pathways that have always been there. On the other hand, if you have a situation where you don't have that connectivity, for some reason a road or a pipeline right-of-way was cut without taking that into consideration, then we've also begun to think about what we would call artificial solutions. I've experimented by just using vines, naturally occurring vines, to tie them on the other side of the clearing to see if animals will use those. And of course they did, because they have vines in their environments all over the place. I think that using renewables is our way to a much more sustainable future, but I also know that use of non-renewables is happening everywhere. So as long as those activities are happening, I think that conservation biologists should be at the table helping to make decisions. I think that all forests are important to all people, and for multiple reasons. We could say they're important just for their inherent beauty, but then there's the other end, which are the ecosystem services that forests provide and all kinds of natural ecosystems provide, that are essential to our sustained survival on this planet. If we allow the forests to go, we're also allowing ourselves to go. Knowing that we're facing major environmental challenges these days, and the only way towards a sustainable future is through solutions and through understanding whether those solutions really work.